Welcome to Maker Conversations. I'm your host, Tiff Marchand, and today on the show we have Justin from Torch Makes Things. Justin is super awesome, always a good time, and he is such a family guy. It's a lot of fun to watch him grow over the years, and I hear he's a hell of a DJ, so if you're in the area, check him out. Anyways, I just want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of the show, Sabretooth. They not only let me do an awesome podcast for them where I'm interviewing carvers for Carver Conversations, but they also are kind enough to sponsor this show as well. So huge thank you to them. And if you want to get into power carving, use NIGHTCARVER 10 to save 10%. Another big thank you to my new Patreon, Terry Guerrero, which sounds like a cop from a 80s action movie, but she is from Seven Trees and she is awesome. So thank you so much, Terry. I really appreciate your support. As a guest host today, I have Dre from Crafts with Dre. She sits down and we hang out with Justin to learn about him, learn about how he works in IT during the day. He's a DJ at night. And in between all of that, he tries to fit in a little bit of woodworking wherever he can, obviously throughout family time. So let's hang out with Justin. And don't forget, if you are a Patreon, there is a extra 15-minute episode live right now on YouTube. So go check that out as well. And if you'd like to become one and help support the show, help support me going full time, I would really appreciate it. It's patreon.com/Maker Conversations. All right, now let's go with the show.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We literally just kind of go into it and just chat. And Dre's here to ask you whatever is on her mind.
Well,
So
yeah.
beware.
Yep. You just never know what's gonna.
Go for it.
Who knows? Who knows?
So,
All right, so
oh, good. You want to ask the first one?
No,
Let's
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say we were creeping on you. We were
Mhm.
creeping.
Yeah? Like
Yeah.
how hard? Like
Like,
Googling and
What was
everything?
it? 2012?
Or just
2012.
scrolling?
Oh, no.
Not
Like when we
bad.
found something interesting, we had to click on the photo, read the caption. I like your first post where you post like your purple logo. I actually wrote it down because I'll show you the purple fire because you had like a logo with like a purple flame on it. And I'm just like, it comes out where
The
like,
torch like a DJ logo?
yeah.
Yeah.
And your friend commented, I'll show you the purple fire. And I'm just like, right off the bat, you can see his personality. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we still have that same logo? Like, you still rocking it?
No, not really.
Trying to bring it back?
Like I was supposed, I was gonna give Tiff some promo shots, and I don't really have any promo shots. And like same thing with logos. Like I'm working with like a AC/DC. Have y'all seen the Torch AC/DC logo?
Yeah. Yep.
Is it on my?
It's on your
profile?
account. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
We
so,
saw it. You
yeah.
started using it for DJing, right? Is that what you started with?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like something I photoshopped like 10 years ago, and like I don't know, thought it was cool. So
I
got
think
that.
it works.
And then I got like one little script one that's kind of whatever. And but yeah, I'm terrible on the promotion front of things.
I mean, it's not easy, Like for me, I'm not like a technologically inclined individual when it comes to like making a logo or like having a website or any of those things. That's like not my thing. Like I
Yeah.
will make things, but if I could pay somebody else to like wrap things and sell them and take care of everything else that's not making it, which is like sometimes Lucas does that for me and I appreciate him and I'm like, let me just Venmo
say
you
that's
for
nice
this.
because
Because I feel bad, but it's difficult. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, part of it is, and I'm like pretty decent with Photoshop, but I'm terrible at Illustrator. Like to me, it's like Chinese and Japanese and English.
Illustrator is not very like user friendly. You have to know what you're doing to use it. Like that's the problem with Illustrator. Like I love it, but I was trained in it for school. Like, you know,
Right.
It
and
is.
Photoshop kind of applies to like any kind of photo editing.
I think it is. It's very universal. Exactly. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You think about Tiff, like you spent a lot of money on those classes.
Oh yeah.
To learn, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a legit, the fact that you actually learned it in a class, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to take that
20
class.
years ago though, like that's like I'm always learning. Like thank goodness for YouTube, because I know I can do something. I've seen it. It's so funny. You see like their little promos that they do, so they show you like what the capabilities are, and then you have to go Google it to figure it out, because I'm like you can't just go into Illustrator and know how to use it yet.
Yeah.
They're starting to add some smart features, which is nice, like tutorials in there, but it's coming a lot like from just the basic package. It's not as fun.
And then it's not just like the usability factor of it. It's the like just the expertise and like what size am I supposed to make a logo for a business, or that, you know, that kind of stuff, or like do they have DPI?
The nice thing with Illustrator is that they're vector images. Like I'm totally going to go in teacher mode.
No,
so
good.
when when you're designing in Illustrator, it really doesn't matter what size you create it in, because that art can be resized to any size, because it's literally just vector, which is like a mathematical equation. No matter what you do, you can make that bigger or smaller and it's going to look clean and crisp no matter what. So you can just make it like, I'll do 5x5 or 10x10 inches just to do it. And then I adjust from there. That's kind of where I go. But then when you export it, that's when you control how, like, if you want to do it for web, then that's when you're going to do the DPI and stuff. So the average export, you want to do 300 for your DPI. Print only requires 72, but you might as well have a higher DPI because it's going to be a cleaner, crisper image. So that's what you want to stay in that area.
I'm going to try to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. These are, you know, it's funny is like, because I've been doing print for over 20 years. So I
go into my long-term memory, you know, like go in there.
It was funny. I was talking to someone the other day. Oh, Sadie, from the Awesome Orange.
Yep.
And I was interviewing her and we were talking about that because she just got a Glowforge, and her thing right now, her big blocker is she doesn't know how to design to make stuff on the Glowforge. And she was saying the same thing, that Illustrator has been stumping her. And I'm like, you know, there's plenty of people who do Illustrator tutorials, but nobody kind of applies it to what we do. So I was like, all right, I know my next YouTube niche is going to be, it's going to be Illustrator for laser and CNC.
Yeah. Bridge the gap, you know, people need that for sure. Because there's plenty of people who want to
right now I'm using Inkscape.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people usually go to, because Illustrator is just too hard to figure out right away.
Yeah.
I'd just be buying things.
I mean, it just seems like Illustrator is probably like way more robust than Inkscape.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The capabilities it's completely different. Inkscape is just very stripped down. It's just get it done, but it works. It's not that it doesn't work. I've never really used it. I've poked around in it, but it does work.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were gonna be talking design talk. I like this.
I know. I'm like, I wish I, you know, messed around on there
and played.
Yeah, like now I'm like, all right, I want Illustrator.
It's expensive. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
That's another
No,
problem
I
with
know.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $54 a month
Yeah.
to get like
Is
the
that
whole
the-
package.
The cloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And like all the apps, like I have everything. So I edit my, like the podcast in Premiere Pro. So I use it for everything.
Wow.
It's nice. Yeah.
That's
You can
awesome.
animate. There's a lot of things you can do. I just don't have the time to do it. But this is about you. We're here for you, not me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So what do you want to tell us about your journey to woodworking? Because I saw it happen during COVID, and it was for a Thor mallet. We saw that. But that was a fun first project.
Yeah, that was cool. So that actually wasn't. I guess that was my entry into like real
The
woodworking
Instagram world.
Well, definitely, definitely an Instagram world for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy awesome. Like, I love this community.
Yeah.
But when I was 15, I started working for a place called Mobile One, a car audio shop, as an installer, and just like slowly learned how to build boxes and stuff like that. And then it became like, Justin, hey, we need a box for this and that and that. And that was like my real intro to woodworking,
Wow.
but it was all just like sub boxes.
That's actually I like that.
I was gonna say that's a cool
really
intro,
cool.
yeah, through music.
Yeah.
So then I did that for like 2 years, and then went to college, and then went into the Army, and then all the way to COVID, and that brought me back to it.
What'd you go to college for?
IT, which
IT.
is what I do for my day.
Got you.
Now I'm gonna be calling you up anytime I have issues.
Well, yes, please do. I'll be happy to help you.
He seemed really sincere.
Yeah, you seem
that he wants to do more IT work after he gets off of his day job.
He's really gonna answer my messages.
He's like, and we're gonna
like
block
send me-
Dre
yeah,
later.
like I'm gonna go into the requests inbox on Instagram. He's gonna be like, yep, that's okay.
No, it's seriously, you gotta get your hip.
What do you? What kind of IT do you do?
So I work at a place called MS Rao,
No
and
idea.
we're an antique shop,
Oh.
but not just like your typical like mom and pop antique shop. Like, we sell $1 million Monets. We got a $10 million
Hey, wow.
diamond ring. Like, it's massive.
So they use a lot of audio and video, then I assume, to broadcast these things that they're selling.
No, I mean, like, our main storefronts in the French Quarter. We almost have about almost half a block of real estate
Wow.
off Royal Street, and have about 70 employees that work there.
Wow,
That's pretty cool.
It's
That's
pretty like
incredible.
massive operation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am the director of IT there, and
I have so many questions. This is triggered many questions. Okay, so we are in New Orleans, right?
yes.
Okay. So in the French Quarter. So how did all of that stuff hold up during, like, you guys had?
Katrina?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it was destroyed like everything. Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
Like where my
Think
house
about
is,
all the inventory that was in there.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, oh my gosh, there must have been. Yeah.
So I've been there for 6 years now. I've heard that story, and I can't remember. I'd be lying if I told you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can
I
report
feel like
back.
I feel like
That's
they
fine.
had enough time, if I remember
You can
correctly.
report back.
Yeah. Get some clarification, and then
I
just
got you.
message me and
I'll
be
do a
like, "Hey,
follow-up.
Dre, I learned the truth, and this is the deal." And I'm invested. I don't know if you've seen this, but I am
I'll let
invested.
you know.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Now, I'm pretty sure they were able to move a lot of the stuff before
I
that.
assume, yeah, they would probably evacuate
Plus,
immediately.
we have like 4 floors, so
Oh,
high rise. Yeah, that's good.
so you
there's
guys have a
that.
lot of real estate then, if not even just like how wide
like
it is, but also it goes up.
45,000 square feet
Wow.
in the middle of the French Quarter.
That's a big
Wow.
operation. Okay. And I'm
Pretty well.
guessing with COVID, it's been bustling. Like now, like it's lighting it up. It's getting
Yeah.
busier and busier.
Yeah. Last year was a record year. Year before that was a record year.
Wow.
Yep.
It's wild.
This year's on track to not necessarily be a record year, but at least be in line with the last 2.
Yeah. So did you guys do a lot of like online sales then? Yeah.
Not really, no.
Wow.
Yeah, I assumed so as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's because, like I said, a lot of the stuff we sell, if we do any online sales, typically it's like a $2,000, $3,000 cane or something like that. But
Yeah.
we've had one sale that was 220 grand on the site. Outside of that, not like people don't want to
They want to
know?
see the thing in person, right? They're spending that kind of money. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
spending that much, right?
Yep.
Is this a scam? That's wild though. That's really
Yeah.
cool. That's really, really cool.
110 years old is the
Wow.
business.
That's neat.
What's like the coolest thing that you've seen working there?
Coolest thing. This may not be the coolest, but a lot of times we get like antique tools. Like right now, we have an antique lathe, and I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like an antique chest of like chisels and stuff like that.
Wow.
I'll take a picture of it tomorrow.
I say that sounds
Yes.
interesting.
And then send
Add
it to me
add it to
and
the
Lucas.
story. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I'll forward it over to Lucas because he'll just like totally nerd out on it and
Start
he'll
looking
love
up
it.
all the information on
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, "Do you know how much that's worth?" He's gonna be real excited. So.
I had to because like this lathe thing, they had a whole bunch of bits and like wooden pieces that were made by the lathe, and when you look at it, it's like, how in the world was
Yeah.
this made?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then so I had to YouTube it to see how it was made. It's wild.
That's really cool. That's exciting. I like that stuff. I mean, honestly, it's amazing the stuff that people can make, and it always blows my mind. Like even anytime that like Trevor from Madeira Designs,
Mhm.
anytime that he goes live, I'm
So good.
always like sitting there the whole time, and I'm like, "What can you teach us?" You know what I mean? I'm like, I want to know everything because I've never done anything on the lathe. Have you, Justin?
haven't
Have you
either.
ever done anything?
I did it for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Really? What were
Yeah.
your thoughts on it? How did you feel?
I want to get a lathe.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Really?
I totally sucked at it.
Yeah.
Well, it was your first time. That's
I was
okay.
gonna say you're not gonna know the right
Yeah.
angles or pressures.
Right. Like I didn't know that you had to angle it, going this way or
Yeah.
that way, depending on what kind of tool it is. I don't know terminology for this stuff.
No, neither do I.
We
It's
don't.
fine.
We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
either.
But like one of them had like blades on the tip that you could like replace, and then another one had another one was the kind where it was just the thing.
Straight chisel.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, you have like ones that are like for removal, right? Like big mass removal, and then you have ones that are like finer and have different stuff on them.
You know that Dre and I watch a lot of stuff on Instagram because
I
like
know.
it's hilarious the things that you know how to use or just by what because you see it every day like when you're
Yeah.
browsing your friends because
Yeah.
I only really follow woodworkers on Night Carver Design, so that's what I
Yep.
see all day.
Right.
So yeah, I just kind of learn by watching.
Yeah. That's really
Yeah.
cool. I'm happy that you got a chance to try it out though, because
Yeah.
especially because you do epoxy work. So the fact that you can do wood epoxy and then incorporate using a lathe on it, forget about it. Forget about it. It's so cool. I'm so excited for you. Do it. Get a lathe.
I
Mhm.
want to. I don't
Yeah.
have the space.
Yeah.
I say it's like your wood is attacking you right now.
It is.
But that's value, man. You got probably
I know, like how much money do you think is in
$1,000
that
worth of
wood pile?
plywood, sadly, right
Right?
now. There's like 2 sheets.
Pretty much. Yep.
That's really cool.
That's why I still have like all kinds of crazy scrap pieces.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Because you need to make it last.
I know.
make a little dinosaur before I toss it out, right?
Mhm.
Dude, you could definitely do something with that. You
Yeah.
could, yeah. I don't know what, but you could do something with it.
He's got
Oh.
kids. He's got kids. They're always wanting something.
That's true. Do you
Yeah.
get a lot of like special requests from your kids? Because I feel like, especially with that Thor hammer, I was like thinking, I'm like, man, like when your dad knows how to make whatever it is that you want, like I would be putting in like the most ridiculous requests
They do.
ever.
I know
like
mine
ever.
do.
Mine don't surprise.
They don't?
Really?
Like, yeah, a lot of the stuff I make for them has been initiated by me. Like me wanting to test something out or try something,
Yeah.
or just something cool for their room.
Right. Right.
Your kids
it
aren't
would be
impressed
like-
with your work. They're like,
They're not very cool.
Mine are always like, can I have jasmine and can I have the shark from Jaws. So, like, like I add the Jaws part, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
give me
yeah.
very
Very
specific things.
specific, right?
And then
right.
I also have to make all of the Pokemon now. So
Oh no! Oh no,
mhm,
that's a lot of
mhm.
Pokemon.
I know. Once I get the laser going.
Never mind, like whatever stage that they're in, right? Don't they have like different
It's gonna be
stages?
complete.
Oh
Oh
god.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
see you in like 26.
That's what you call you just buy the Etsy file and you just fire it off for your children and call it a
Really?
day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I say Justin's got a CNC. He knows he can make whatever he wants in a heartbeat.
I do want a laser though.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like the
But
progression.
yeah, like where would you put it?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But my neighbor 3 blocks away just got a laser. He got an Ortur.
Nice. Yeah, Orchard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Got it right there.
Cool.
I was gonna say a lot of people are using that and enjoying it though.
You're gonna have to just constantly be over his place. That's nice though that you have somebody who's like nearby who also shares that passion though,
But yeah, absolutely. And actually 2 blocks away, another guy, which we just met. Like
You are fortunate.
I know.
we just met, and he does it full time, and he's got a shop at the Saint Bernard port, and I went over there a few weeks back, and then he's the one that put together I don't know if y'all saw my story, the NOLA makers.
I didn't see that. No.
And now
You having
I
like a nice hangout?
We were like, dude, we gotta show up all these makers over in Cali, bro. Like they just
Yeah.
are constantly like hanging out with each other on the weekends.
They
It's
really
so-
are though. I get so jealous.
I know.
I'm
But
like,
like,
huh.
but like us in New England, Tiff, like I feel like we're doing a pretty solid job of trying to hang out.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
probably all live the same distances, but we're all just like, eh.
Yeah, it's like driving.
They have nice weather. That's the difference. Like right
it's
now,
true.
at least once it like gets nicer over here, I think it'd be a lot more like, okay, yeah, let's go somewhere. But
Yeah. But
They
like
have that
when it's like
advantage.
snowing and even though everybody's like, everybody's free that day and you're just
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not driving there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I love you, but I don't love you that much.
Plus, it's mud in pollen season right now. You gotta
Yeah.
let that mud firm up a little bit and turn back to dirt.
Yeah.
It's soggy
Same,
up here in
gross.
New England.
All right, we totally interrupted you. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, you're good.
NOLA
You're good. I'm
makers.
learning.
No, the NOLA makers.
Yes, tell us
Yeah,
about Nola.
so it was just we created a group, and it was like he added me and like a few other guys, and then we each added 1 or 2 people.
Your-
and
yeah.
It grew to like a max group size on IG, and we
Like
that's
30, right?
20 or
what's that?
Is it 30 or 20?
I think it's 39.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice. And that's all local to you?
Wow.
All local, yeah. Like
Wow.
within 20 miles. All these guys. And
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
so we said, hey, let's link up and get some tacos. So we got tacos on Friday night.
Rolling deep. That's a lot of did everybody show up?
No, it was
I was
like
gonna say, I was like,
it was,
imagine
it
that
was,
many
it
people.
was like 9 of us.
That's
Oh,
still
okay.
awesome.
Still,
Yeah,
that's
it was still a decent turnout. It was like I was honestly expecting to get there to get tacos and like maybe 1 or 2 other people show up.
Oh. No, but I'm happy that there were more than just 1 or 2.
Yeah. No, it was like good conversations and stuff, and it's good too because like like I'll get requests or orders for stuff that I can't do or I don't have
Right.
the space for.
Yeah.
You have somebody
So,
to refer it to.
I have
Yeah,
a ton of resources to like
Yeah.
just outsource stuff too.
that's really
And
cool.
they know, oh, Justin's got a CNC now. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of know what each other's skills are
Mhm.
and to like, I love that. That's really, really cool. That's
Help
fun.
each other out.
So you guys gonna try to keep growing that then, I would assume?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's nothing like substantial, just like kind of see where it takes us.
Yeah.
I started an IG Friday night.
Yeah.
It's nice though.
Woo-hoo.
Nice.
People
That's
know
fun.
you jest, but like we all want that. We all want to be able to like meet up with makers on a Friday night. Like that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
right?
So it's funny because I belonged to a makerspace at one point in time,
Yep.
and it was so cool being able to even like. I mean, I didn't know any of these people online, so that was the other like wild part is like you're meeting people like from scratch, which in times of COVID is like not something that like really you don't. I feel like people aren't like actually like meeting people in real life unless it's like through the internet first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just have random people walk in and it was cool. You'd get to know them, get to know their skills, know that like they have skills that are like way beyond what I could ever do. But it was really cool to like be able to talk shop with people, share the same space in general. You know what I mean? And
That must be
actually
nice. I've never been
watch.
to a makerspace.
Yeah, to actually be able to like watch other people do what they do best, or even just watching like the learning process, them learning how to do something and like doing something maybe for the very first time. And you're like, okay, like they're kind of nervous and kind of freaking out. Like I would be too, you know? So it makes you feel like more human that somebody else is kind of going through the same thing. And I'm so sad that the makerspace closed because, of course, COVID really has affected a lot of different makerspaces when it boils down to it. But I miss it for sure. It's fun. So I'm happy that you like have all these people that you have access to. That's really fun. That's cool.
Does anybody do anything that you want to learn?
I mean, nothing specific.
No,
You know?
I was curious.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, like I'd love to just learn anything and everything. I think next time we meet, we're going to Goodwood Nola's. That's the IG name, Goodwood Nola. And he's huge down here. He has like 21 employees in his shop,
Wow.
a massive shop, and they do
That's awesome.
concrete work, woodwork, metal work, like anything and everything. So I'm like, dude, let's get over there now.
Yeah.
So he almost has like a maker space, but like company, right? Like that's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
kind of sounds like. That's so cool. And they can do everything. That's even better.
That's
Yeah,
neat.
a lot of his work on IG is like insane.
That's
It's
awesome.
ridiculous.
Is that something you want to pivot towards more, or do you want to continue with IT?
Probably just continue with IT.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a
I mean,
safer
like,
choice. I get it.
I would love to have my own business, and I love doing, making. It's just, to me, doesn't seem like
You've got a cool
lucrative.
gig.
a lucrative business.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Consistency to have
Like
that
this stuff is
consistent.
not cheap.
Right.
That's what I was
No.
joking about. That like you literally have $1,000 worth of like plywood behind you, sadly, with the prices and stuff,
Probably
and MDF or
it's
more.
pretty far, so it's
Oh,
probably.
does it?
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I got my wood rack stretched over here. Yeah, I mean, like I would. That's why, like, I haven't been making a lot lately because I've been DJing a ton, and
Nice.
DJing I don't have to spend money on supplies like
It's
left
yeah,
and right.
yeah.
Right. Right.
I have my equipment that I've been having for years.
And you're probably going to be making more DJing in one night versus
Yeah,
how much
way more.
money that
Yeah.
you could make
Yeah.
doing something, making something out of wood.
I would have to
you
do
know?
a whole like week's worth of woodworking to make the money I make in one night DJ.
Right. Right.
It's wild.
And
I
I'm
like it
happy
though.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
things are like picking up again. So that's like awesome.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
What kind of events do you DJ?
Mainly clubs.
Mainly clubs.
Yeah,
Nice.
mainly clubs. Honestly, because I just can't stand like being at somebody's mercy, like of, hey, we want you to play this song at this time and this and that. Like
Yeah.
I just want to do me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. No.
mainly it.
I was in the industry for a little while. I was a banquet waitress and I had to wear a penguin suit and it was terrible. And it was honestly like I felt like it's so repetitive. You know what I mean? So
The routine.
yeah, the routine of
Yeah.
it, and it's like you'd always hear the same songs over and over again, and there's nothing like new, and it's like whatever the hit is that summer, then you hear it every single night, maybe twice.
Although Justin probably still feels the same way with the club. I'm assuming there's some songs that you kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean,
if some new stuff is coming out though, like I feel like it's like you can, I don't know. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
it's
Tell us.
kind of,
No, I play stuff all the time that people have never even heard of, and
yeah, you can experiment.
probably never hear of, and they vibe to it, you know.
Right.
But yeah, you do have to fit in the garbage, like repetitive stuff.
Gets
I got a
people
feeling.
going.
I got a feeling, man, that song, I could just, if that song just like fell off the face of the earth, I'd be fine. That
The
summer
song-
was terrible.
That's such a good one to call out though, because yes, there's just so many little parts that are so unique to that song that it could be
Yeah.
annoying.
Yes. Yep. I'd be like, I'm gonna go take a walk.
Plus the fact that it was played like a gazillion times on the radio.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what did it. It was the radio that killed it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you always been into DJing? Like since you were young, like have you always been just into music?
In the music, yeah. So when I was in high school, and I think even like before high school, I played guitar a little bit. My brother played the drums, and we'd like jam out in the garage. And then of course, like when computers came around, I think we were in high school, like maybe ninth grade or something like that. And have y'all heard of Fruity Loops or no?
Say Fruity Loops?
Yeah, Fruity Loops.
Is
No.
this a band? This is a band?
No, this is a software.
Oh, no.
Software.
Like a music
no.
software.
No.
Like
Tell us
huge,
more.
like you ask any kind of, anybody who makes hip hop beats or anything like that, they're like, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because loops with the tracks and everything and
Yeah,
the beats.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I started making beats on there and stuff like that. And then in college, I bought like a little, like, I don't know, 12 by 2 DJ controller thing and messed around at the house. And then I stopped going to college and joined the army.
Yep.
And went to Iraq. And when I came back from Iraq, like first week I was back, I dropped $7,000 on 2 turntables and a mixer.
Nice.
Didn't even know how to DJ. Never even mess with a turntable.
But you were
in my life.
dedicated. You were dedicated to the cause.
You
But,
must have been thinking about
like,
it that whole time you were deployed. How you're just
Yeah,
like,
I
I want
wanna-
to DJ. I want to DJ. I want to
do
make
it.
some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know how to put needles like on the thing or hook needles up and put them on a record. Didn't know nothing. So I hit up my friend Chris, who knew a whole bunch of DJs, and he hit up my friend now Darius and said, "Hey Darius, I got this guy who just bought turntables. He doesn't know how to do needles and stuff like that.
My friend needs help.
So he comes over, whips the needles up, and shows me, look, you want them like this, and da. And then from there, it was just taught myself how to beat match and all that kind of
That's
stuff.
awesome though that you had somebody that was able to
I mean,
come
I
over to
picked
help.
up. I'm not saying I taught myself everything. I picked up.
No, that's nice.
But yeah, that's all she wrote.
That's wild. I can't even, I don't know. I can't like wrap my brain around. I'm not like a computer person. I don't know why.
No?
I just like, I'm like,
She's like an old person.
let me just paint. I know, I'm so bad. Dude, I had an iPhone like 8 until like this past summer. Like, no joke. I was just like,
No,
or
but
was
so
it
did I
9?
because I didn't want to have it. I didn't want to throw it away.
You and I were talking about it.
Yeah. It still worked.
I
It sucked, but it still worked.
Yeah, it was fine. It was functional. I could call people, I could text people, I could go on Instagram. That's all I really cared about, So, I mean, for me, I'm just not a technologically savvy person. But the fact that, like, I feel like when it boils down to it, like now making beats, I don't know, for me, if I were to even like just try to comprehend it, I don't know. I don't think I would be great at it. I'm not going to lie. So I give you a lot of credit.
You got to like love it. Like, I'm sure Justin just
Yeah.
sits there for hours and just
You
plays.
could just zone out.
I used to.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure.
When you had time and no
Time is
kids.
precious.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Time's precious now.
Okay, let me reframe the question.
Young
Like,
Justin.
young
yes.
Justin
Mhm.
probably just sat there and relaxed and just
Yep.
played. Because I know
Yeah.
young Tiff did that with designing and editing and stuff. I would just play for hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's awesome.
When did you get the confidence to actually DJ something?
I'm trying to think what my first gig was. my first like not real DJ gig was at a place called Friar Tuck's, like little like hole in the wall bar, like college kids went to. Nothing fancy.
But still, it's a venue, and you
That's fun
you
though.
had the
Yeah,
nerves to get up there and do
I
it.
mean it's
I would
I
be
mean
pumped.
it's
Yeah.
funny.
I would be so
like
pumped.
I don't know. I think maybe I was getting paid, like maybe $25 an hour or something like that.
Not bad. Not
That's a
bad.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
At that
well, no,
age.
I know, like in terms of like a regular job, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
It's a lot that most people make now.
In
Yeah.
terms of the DJ world, that's not a lot at all.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, especially like considering
bring all
like
the
wedding,
equipment. Yeah.
like wedding prices are definitely
Like a wedding DJ, like if you're not getting paid $2,000-$3,000 for the gig, like
yeah. What are you doing?
you're
Yeah.
undercutting everyone else. That's what you do.
Right.
Yes.
So that's a fun place to start. Start in the bars.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah, and then I think I'm trying to think like the first club I DJ'd at. I mean, oh man, I don't even
I
remember.
just thinking like that to me is like exciting but nerve-wracking too, because like you're controlling the outcome of all
The
these people's
party.
nights. And yeah, exactly.
You're in charge of the vibe in there.
I mean, sometimes it is like extremely nerve-wracking, especially
Yeah.
like I don't know, some nights just like people just don't want to dance. And
Yeah.
don't want to vibe. It doesn't happen often, but it happens, and you try to do whatever you can to
There
kick
goes
it into
that.
gear. You know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this
Um,
song that Dre said earlier, but I couldn't remember what it was. And you
I Got a
slap that
Feeling?
track on, yeah.
I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Yo, that would be ridiculous.
Wouldn't
if
that
you
be
just-
funny if that was his go-to song to get the crowd going?
If you remix it, send it to me. It'll be my next real song. Oh my god.
Make that happen.
Uh,
But
cool.
no, I mean, like confidence wise, I don't know. I never really had like bad nights as a DJ or like anybody. I mean, I guess people are, I guess, more nice than not to come up to you and say, "Hey, you suck." But like when you have people like that actually enjoy your set, they come up to you and they say, "Hey, you're doing a fantastic job," or whatever it is. And I mean,
Yeah.
like even when it happens, like to this day, it's still like a form of like validation. Like,
yeah.
okay, I'm not just thinking in my head I'm a good DJ. Like I'm actually a good DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Right. Yeah, definitely. No, that feedback is always welcome. It's exactly like you said, it's like that validation.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, like imposter syndrome is like really real a lot of times.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like people would be like, "Oh, you're great," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like, I don't know, what are you talking about? I don't know. Like, I just kind of freak out a little bit, But
Okay.
I don't know. In the back of my mind, while I'm making things, sometimes I'm just like, "Is this good?"
Yeah.
Like,
No, for real.
is this
Yeah.
good? Like for me, like I know my standards for things, but it's like sometimes it's about other people's standards for, especially if it's like a commission or something like that you're making. But yeah, no, I'm yeah, feedback for me, I'm like, thank you, but like also like, am I?
Absolutely.
I think it's neat though, because you kind of get instant feedback if people aren't vibing with you. You
You
see
can see
it.
the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can see
yeah,
it.
it's very visual.
Yeah.
That's yeah, definitely.
Although I do
Which
like
I mean,
hosting
which
a
I
party
guess
with
it's like double validation, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have a club like really vibe and you're like, oh yeah, they're digging this, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you have someone that comes up to you and is like, dude, you did a freaking awesome job tonight. Like it's like,
Nailed it.
it's a
Yo,
double
you're-
hitter.
You're
It
making
is,
me
yeah.
like miss clubs. I was like a total. I partied a lot. I'm
Yeah.
from Rhode Island, and in Providence, they had a pretty good like club scene, like
do.
totally 18 plus clubs and stuff like that. And then I also went to school in Worcester, which was like ridiculous. Like there's just like ridiculous
Yeah,
in
those are the big
Worcester,
cities, yeah.
Massachusetts. Yeah. So like I was just always in clubs, in bars. I love dancing and I like miss it. I really when COVID hit, dude, like
Yeah.
I got real sad. It was definitely something where it like hit me hard to not be around people anymore. And like anytime I was like, I want to socialize with people, I just like go down to like either the local bar or I'd like go into Providence and like call all my friends and be like, hey, come meet me. And we'd all just hang out. And like that, I don't know. It's just, I feel like so much of it kind of like that magic of it totally got lost with COVID, you know?
I'm sure
But it,
Justin feels that too,
It's
though.
still there.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
there.
yeah, I feel like it might be like
It's
different
coming back.
in like southern states compared to I don't know. I feel like
Up there, it's not, y'all aren't like back to full speed yet.
so we're still having like COVID outbreaks and stuff like that.
Oh,
up here.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little tiny hot spots of it here and there. So
We're
like
having
right yeah.
festivals down here.
My whole family had it. My whole family had it last week. Like literally
they?
everybody. Yeah, so it's like there's still these little tiny you hear about it, you know, and I'm getting patients that also definitely have had it. So but I miss the clubs. I'm gonna come down, Justin.
Hey, dude, come on.
I'm gonna
Tiff
say
and I,
he lives in
we're
the
gonna go to
perfect
Yeah, he's
spot.
back next to the booth.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Tiff with me. I'm dragging you with me, Tiff.
Oh.
We're gonna go in the
am I
VIP
traveling?
section.
I was not a club type person, though. I gotta admit it.
I feel
was
like
a
I'm not shocked.
concert
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
like Taking Back Sunday and
Yeah,
like yes.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Heck
went
yeah.
to clubs when people really wanted to go to clubs.
Right.
When
If you were
they wanted
forced-
to go
if
to
you were
clubs.
forced to go, you would go.
Yeah. I had different music tastes than most people. So when I was there, all songs sounded like You've Got a Feeling.
Yeah.
Or I've Got a Feeling. It's like, oh
Well,
God, that
maybe
one
they
again.
had the feeling and you
Yeah.
didn't. That's really
I'm a little music snobby bitch, okay? All right.
That's okay. It's
It's admitted.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You just know what you like, and that's okay.
I do.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. So you met your wife in like when did you meet her? Like young,
Met
like
her-
before the army,
No, post
after the army. Okay.
Okay.
About a little bit over a year after Iraq is when I met her.
Nice.
Wow.
Was it in the club?
No, it's over Twitter.
Ooh.
What? A
Twitter,
Twitter
bruh.
romance? Listen,
I
I love
haven't
online.
heard this one.
I know I love online stuff. Lucas and I met through Clubhouse, so like I'm excited. Okay, tell me more about Twitter.
I mean, I don't know the specifics of Twitter. I honestly can't remember like if I started following her because of like it had to be because she commented something, and of course,
Okay.
like I started following her.
Yeah.
She wasn't like a crazy person following me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
She was-
And then I just like I don't know, after a few weeks of tweeting, DM'd her and was like, hey, you want to meet up? And we met up, and the rest is
Boom.
history.
So she's also from the same area, or was like where was she from? Where's she from?
She's originally from Franklinton, Louisiana, which is like
Okay.
I guess 2.5, 3 hours north of me.
Close enough though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but she was living in New Orleans when we met.
Oh,
And-
nice.
Yeah, no, everything's.
And you
You've
guys
You've
didn't
always
have,
been
like,
from there?
Yeah.
What's that?
Have you always been from there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you guys have like mutual friends at all when you guys first met, or was it literally like you guys only knew each other kind of a
No,
situation?
we had mutual friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's funny
That's
how that
fun.
works out.
I know, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. And then we have 4 kids.
Wow, 4 kids. That's a lot of kids. That's
Yeah,
a lot
right.
of kids. So
It's
what
like
are their
it's like
how
2
old-
times what Tiff's got.
Yeah.
I know.
And I can
know.
barely survive, so kudos to you.
I give you guys both a lot of credit as parents. The fact that, first of all, you guys like both have like banging jobs. You got real good jobs. And then on top of it, the fact that you're also doing making stuff like and the fact that you're able to even do stuff like this. And
And hang out.
first
yeah.
of all, we don't hear your kids. So you guys are doing a great job.
They literally just walked in the door. I just heard them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
That was
hilarious.
I jinxed
I
it.
thought I was doing this.
I hugged mine and said goodnight, and then they
Look-
usually
look at
just
this
chill
picture.
for a bit.
What are you doing? Come see me. You want to come sing? You want to come say hi?
She's like, is that a black light?
Yep, everybody's got purple lights.
Yes, look at her shirt. It's glowing. I love it.
Hi, you're glowing.
Hello. This is
Hello.
happening.
Hi.
What's up?
She just wants some dad cuddles. I get
Y'all
it.
finished one? Was it good? Okay. Go tell mommy I'm in here.
Bye. She's so sweet. I love it.
Found you.
Is she your oldest?
She is my second.
Your second. Okay.
She is 7.
7. Oh, such a fun age.
She's
Ugh,
in July.
I love it.
It's so hard to keep track of these birthdays too.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Well,
how
it
you
was
do it.
4. Yeah. I mean, my
Yeah.
kids share the same birthday, so it's easy if I forget it. I'm a really bad mom.
Listen, my sisters.
The same
sis-
birthday?
Yeah, they're twins.
Oh, dude.
So, I mean, if I
Sometimes
forget
put
it,
two
like,
and two together.
yeah.
My sister's got this thing, right? It's in her living room where it has like it's this long like plank, and it's got each month, like it's like a little, and then there's a little hook under each month, and then you have these little charms
Oh,
where you
yeah,
put
the
people's
birthday.
names and the day, and you just hook them, and they hook onto each other, and that way you can keep track of everybody's birthdays. And I think that that is brilliant, brilliant. Oh my goodness!
Kitchen
Hello.
counter.
You said something, Dre, and now they're
I
all
know. I
invading.
jinxed it. I totally
Yep.
jinxed it. No, this
Shut,
isn't
shut the
jinxed.
door. Shut the door.
They're like, Daddy.
I
Sorry.
love kids. No, they're
You're fine.
adorable. They're so cute. I love them. Love it.
So,
So there was a calendar thing. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, I was just saying my sister's got this thing. It's like this wooden, it's like a piece of wood, and it has each month of the year.
keep
And then
track all your
basically
family's birthdays,
you
right?
can hook people's
Gotcha.
names, like you put their day and then their name, and then you hook it under each month so that you know whose birthday is in that month, which I think is brilliant. It's better than having a calendar. You know what I mean?
It's always a reminder, yeah. And you can
very
add on to
concise.
them, yeah. I've seen those before, yeah.
Yep,
I
I'm
dig
a
it.
fan. I need one. Torchy, that's going to be your new thing. That's what you're going to be making.
I'll get right on that.
So what did you get the CNC to make? I'm curious.
Yeah.
What drove you to grab one of those?
I think really like it was the business aspect of woodworking. Like I just felt like, hey, if I'm gonna make money at this, even if it's a side thing,
Mm-hmm.
without having a CNC, like, am I really making money? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I get you.
And I know,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I'm talking about money, but it's not my main. That's not why I got into it. I got into it because I enjoy making.
Right. Right.
But the CNC, it was just like, man, I've seen all these. It wasn't just the money part. It was like seeing stuff you make. And
Capabilities.
yeah, it was like, man, that would be so cool if I can.
It's your
make
robotic
something like that.
assistant, you know?
Yeah, dude. So now it's like a lot of times on the weekends, if I'm able to get in the shop, I'll have it going while I'm doing whatever else.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it's worth it, I feel, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially now that they're like affordable.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me deep down on the inside is like, maybe.
I'm
So
surprised Lucas doesn't want one because you can
No, I
carve
know.
metal.
Yeah, so we borrowed Jimmy Duress's shaper after Maker Camp, and it
Mhm.
was like I loved having it, but at the same time it was like,
Handheld one?
yeah, I had
you have
so
to
much
hold it.
stuff. Exactly. But at the same time, I had so much stuff going on at that time that I was like, I don't even have time to like make stuff just for fun. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get a chance to like really mess around with it. But for the time that we did have it, I thought it was really cool. I think it was honestly like, I think for considering how many machines that Lucas has in the shop right now, it's for us to have something that's stationary. I think it would just like take up so much space.
Yes.
and it would be really hard for him to like restore the bigger machines that he has and that he likes to really work on, you know? So that's why in my mind I was like the shaper really seemed like an awesome route to go, just because of the fact of it's in a little case that's like this big. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's taking up a bunch of room. You don't need a
I mean,
like
that's why
full
they have them. I
space.
mean,
Mhm.
there's a tool for everybody's situation.
Right,
You can
right.
mount it vertically though.
I was gonna say that, but the 150 does mount on the wall.
That is pretty cool.
It's-
Justin
but
was already thinking that too.
I was
Yeah.
thinking, but when I see like these vertical mounts, I'm like, ugh.
The
I don't know.
dust. Where does all the dust go? You know,
I
that's
mean,
right.
but not even that. Like just like trying to hold down stuff on the things. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a nightmare, you know?
Yeah, it seems sketchy to me.
Well, that's why I use the
Personally.
tape. You just stick it and then I won't lie. I nail all my stuff to my CNC nowadays. I'll use the tape and then I just take a nail, boop, boop. And then if the nail doesn't come out all the way, I'll get there and plier, pull it out, whatever. Next. I'm just so over it. After 5 years of using a CNC. I don't have time for clamps.
Camping.
And
I know, dude.
I don't trust just tape. As much as I love the tape and I use
Right.
tape, I don't trust just the tape because
And
I've
me-
had it move.
I'm the idiot I only have like 2 clamps like this.
Oh yeah,
And
you
like,
need all 4.
but yeah, well, I like clamp stuff with just 2 all the time. And like there's like it doesn't happen often, but like 1 in like 20 times the piece will move on me.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Why,
gonna say it sounds
why,
like
why don't I just buy more clamps? Like it's
sketchy
literally
maneuver.
like a quick Amazon order. What is
Yeah.
wrong?
just buy them right now. You
As
can
they
buy
put a
them
little note right now
Goodness.
for all those listening.
But
Just buy the
then I'll go
clamps.
look at them and I'll start searching prices.
Yeah, yeah,
And then-
yeah. And then
And
you
then my
talk
kids
yourself
go,
out of
"Hey,
it.
Daddy, I need your help with this," and then I
Yeah.
get pulled away and I just never
Yep.
order.
Yeah. No, I understand. I actually my kids, I had 2 things in my Amazon cart. Like I was like, I'm gonna order these jackets for them, but I didn't know if they really wanted them. You know what I mean? Like, cause kids are so they change their mind every second. So
Right.
it literally took me 2 weeks just to press to purchase them.
now.
And now the coats are like they'll be delivered in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh, sorry guys, you're gonna have to wait now.
Oh,
So it's been like
At
a month.
least-
I've been trying to get these like new coats.
listen,
Not that I
I was
don't have
expecting
any. Yeah.
I was expecting you to say like they've been in my cart for so
No.
long that they actually grew out of the size. I was like, oh man, like Tiff, like listen,
Yeah.
if you need me to remind you to buy stuff, I will.
like Justin says, then the kids come interrupt you, and then whatever you were just doing doesn't exist anymore
Yeah,
because it is
absolutely.
tough.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I give you guys credit for sure.
Yeah.
I miss like replying to texts all the time because of that.
I believe it.
I
believe
read
it.
things
Even,
and
even
forget.
like IG messages, like whatever. Read something, get interrupted,
Yep.
and it's gone.
Yep. Yep. Now he's giving us excuses why he's ghosting everybody. No, I'm
I was
just
gonna
kidding.
I was totally gonna say that. If you've messaged Justin and he hasn't replied,
My sister does the same thing. My sister, I have 2 little nieces. My sister does it all the time. But I think it's like, I feel like it's kind of to be expected. I never get mad at her. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Yeah.
like
It's
maybe
tough.
not everybody is understanding,
you
but I feel like
sympathize, yeah.
yeah, once people
Yeah.
have kids, I'm like, no, they probably got distracted. It's fine. You know what I mean? I'll just text them again, you know, but
I was
it's
gonna say it.
just-
Just text us again.
yeah, and that's what, or I'll call her, you know.
like
it's a little
reminders.
easier, but yeah, yeah. Yep, I give you guys a lot of credit though, for sure. So what's on the docket? What's something you're excited about making? Anything upcoming?
This clock, which
A
I
clock.
saw. Yeah.
With a box?
Y'all saw it on my IG, I'm sure, right?
I didn't get that far because we got so enthralled with
know.
all the down 2012.
Oh, y'all
but
were.
I
y'all
know we
too
were
far.
like deep. Yeah,
we went too
like,
far.
real
Got it.
deep. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
judging
yeah.
me off my past 10 years ago.
No, it was no.
Yeah.
You were fine.
I'm
You
playing, I'm
honestly,
playing.
I was
Your
pretty
pictures were too much
impressed.
fun. We got like
Yeah.
I was talking about how much you love your hair,
Yep.
and then we strolled upon a photo with you and your like Barb. We're just like sitting there like yeah.
And like the hard part,
The
the
hard-
hard part that you had, I was
So then
like, yo, that's a good look. That was a good look.
So then we got carried away talking about your hair. And then I'm like, oh my God, he's in the waiting room.
And she was like, we gotta scroll fast. So we're like scrolling up quick. She's like, I don't even know when he started woodworking. And I'm like, all right, well, we gotta at least figure out like when that started.
We found the mallet, and that's as far as we got because your pictures were all so interesting.
Yeah, and I'm impressed that you used your personal account. So like for me, I was like, I feel like the people, I did. Yeah, I made two because I was like, the people
I
that
did too.
follow me like from like, life, I was like, I doubt that they're gonna want me to absolutely like spam them with like epoxy,
I feel like I was bothering
coasters.
people always. Yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
see, I felt like one, I already had like a lot of followers, so it's like,
Yeah.
let's take advantage of that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's a good way to get your name in front of people's eyes for
absolutely.
what I'm doing, and then also, I personally feel like a lot of my coworkers that found out started making over the past couple of years, they from them following me on Instagram, they're like following other woodworkers now because they enjoy it.
Wow,
And I
yeah,
feel like a lot of
awesome.
people
inspirational.
Yeah.
people like
Cool.
seeing homemade creative
Mhm.
creative stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. No, it is fun.
I think it's like
You
a
know,
natural joy for people.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, I think about how many people that the three of us that we call friends, and like you think about like the talent that some of these people have,
Mhm.
and like from an outsider's perspective, for people who are not makers, they still have that respect for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they are just
The
they
appreciation.
get inspired,
wow.
yeah, they get inspired, and the stuff that they see, they're like, wow, like that's
Yep.
something I could never do. And that's
Mhm.
cool. You know what I mean? Like it is really cool when people kind of like catch that little bug for it,
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, if they want to unfollow me, they can unfollow.
Right. Yeah. And so like for me, it's like with the geodes, I was like, I feel like a lot of guys are not gonna want to see these like sparkly geodes. You know what I mean? So that was why I was like, let me just make a different account, and it's fine. It is what it is. I definitely it would have been nice to start off with those people who, you know what I mean? Like to kind of start
Yeah.
off with that base of the people who already know you, who can be a little bit of like your marketing team in a sense,
Right.
But yeah, it was fun being able to scroll back and see everything, because it's cool to like get a glimpse. I feel like
Yeah.
there's so many people in this community. I've seen so many accounts where people don't show their face at all, but then to actually like go back and be like, dang, like this is this person's life. It's cool. I like that.
I know we've talked about that before too, is like back in the day, it was weird to show your face. Most people just showed what you were working on because nobody cared about the person behind the brand.
Now I desire personality.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Same.
now if you don't see it, you're like, oh my God, like who's making this?
Like,
Like, why do I care? Why do
What
I
do you
care?
even look like, dude?
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too is like sometimes I get concerned that it's like like a repost account. Like I've found my stuff on other people's like
Yeah.
repost accounts and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys have found your own stuff on repost accounts, but it's like one of those things where if I don't see the person behind it, how do I like really believe whether or not there's
They're
an
a real
actual like
person. Yeah.
person behind it,
Yeah.
And that's why I don't know, the people who have the personality that they're showing who they are and like their passion, even just that, like people sharing their actual enjoyment in what it is
Do
that
you
they
guys
do.
think it's just because we all follow way too many woodworkers? So then when you just see like the same pretty
It's definitely
well
impossible.
done made things, but
Yeah.
now we're so oversaturated with it that we need the personalities. It's not even like the people following us need it, but like
Yeah.
us content creators need to see some personality out there because we've oversaturated our own market. I feel like for me, at least I have.
Yeah.
It could be.
Uh,
It
Yeah.
definitely could be. Yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But now that you bring it up, I'm like,
Yeah.
I need the entertainment. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that even for me, I feel like there was one point in time like looking at epoxy stuff. I'm sure Justin, like have you ever like did you ever have your feed just get absolutely saturated with epoxy stuff to the point where you're just kind of like, I need something different?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That happened to me big time. And I was like, something's gotta give. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that's when
You
I
have to
found
go through
cat accounts.
who you're following and unfollow, sadly.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, dude, I like to keep my feed clean. Not my feed. My feed.
Yeah, your feed.
I go
yeah,
through
yeah, your
phases
feed.
where I do not my feet. I go through phases where I do unfollow a ton of people. And sometimes I follow them back like 6 months to a year later. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I missed you. Okay, I'm back into the mood for this.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I did the unfollow thing, but I'm,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here now.
I'm back.
Especially when you've talked to them too, and it's like, oh, I remember I used to talk to you back in the day.
You feel
it's
a little
like-
bad about it.
But it's like, but I'm back.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're unfollowing, sometimes I'm just like just going through really
Mhm.
quick,
Yeah.
you know?
That thing where it shows you the people that you've least interacted with. I don't know if you guys have
Right.
gone. Yeah, you go
Yeah.
into like your followers and I think, what is it? Your 20 least interacted with or something like
I
that.
used to get upset because there's just like hidden gems in there that you're like,
Yes, dude, I know.
Why? You're like,
I don't
where did
interact
you
with them because IG doesn't show them to me.
yes.
Yeah,
Then I start
it's
messaging.
frustrating.
I'll start commenting on their stuff just so I can see it again.
You have to like bomb the crap out of
Yes,
it just to
yeah.
get everything and like start saving their stuff. And then that's the only way you can get it back into your feed like that. It's kind of ridiculous that I feel like being able to like curate your own feed is like not really a thing, you know?
Well, it is now finally with the following where you can make the special following list and stuff.
I don't have that yet.
Oh, are you sure?
I checked, I think it was like last week or something, and I still don't have it, but I'm gonna have to double check. I
Check
haven't.
again.
Is this the close friends thing or no?
Yeah, well, you can. So now you can go in and ready. We're gonna do an Instagram tutorial.
I'm
go
learning so
into
many things from
Instagram.
Tiff. This is great.
All right,
Let's
let me
look at our phones.
Yeah, I know. Okay, all these damn messages just stop. So if you click on the Instagram logo in the top like left-hand corner, a pop-up should come out and it should say following or favorites. Nothing happens for Dre.
Oh, I got a ring notification. Hang on.
Oh, nothing happens for Dre.
Says close
I got
friend.
nothing.
You guys get nothing? Then you haven't
Mine
given it
says-
to you yet.
Mine says close friends.
Oh,
Yours
you
says
get
close.
it.
Oh, okay. When you click on the logo though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Wait,
when I
hold
click
it
on
down.
Well, my logo doesn't actually tap in.
okay, then
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
have
the
it yet.
Instagram
Yeah, my
logo.
bad. Yes, you're right. It does.
Okay, so
My
you
bad.
have the options. So okay, so that you have following and favorites, right? So say I'll go to your page. Let me locate you.
I'm so sad.
What I
This
can do
cool, I
is
know this.
I can click on following. So like if I was gonna go to unfollow you, and
So it's
in
almost
there-
like having different buckets of feeds.
yes, yeah. So if you click on following, you can click add to favorites. So I can add you to my favorites list. And now when I go back to that main page and I
Change to
click on
favorite.
Instagram and I go to favorites, I'll see you. See, like
There
popped,
it is.
popped right up.
There it is.
But you know what I mean? So it's
I'm
only
so sad. I'm
like-
so sad right now.
I've got my Whitney from the Toasty Flannel. I love that girl. I
Ah.
got Mary Lou, like so
Mary
yeah.
Lou?
Yeah, you can have those options now where you can just see the people that you want to see. And like that's a nice thing too.
I have an update that I didn't know that I had an update. Ah!
There you go. So soon she'll have that
Okay.
option. But yeah,
That's great.
I
learning
mean, if
things.
I'm not learning stuff on Instagram, it's the problem. If I work for 3 different companies and
Mm-hmm.
managing their social media now. So if I don't know how to do this shit, and Justin's looking like he has no idea what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I manage Sabretooth Instagram, Workbench Con, and Haven, which is a DIY conference. I'm running all their social media accounts now. So I said,
What?
yeah, ever since Workbench Con, yeah.
Girls just crushing it.
I'm ready to quit my day job. I've already given a 3 months notice. And I said
Dang,
a
bruh.
3 months notice, but yes,
3
I did.
months, dang.
I go, I need
Alright.
3 months and then I'm quitting.
Yeah, heck
They
yeah.
were cool with it. They were cool with it.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. So I'm working those.
Yeah, Instagram's
those
important.
and-
You need to
yes.
know the things, the ins and
Mhm.
outs. Yeah, no, that's smart.
I have
That
to
makes
start
sense.
learning analytics. I have to do all that stuff. I want to really legitimize what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
I'm also doing graphic design for them, which has been dope. I've been like all like Haven every day. I've been posting a speaker announcement and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm learning all kinds of things. I'm learning how to use an app where you can just schedule out all your posts for the month.
Yes.
Like super
What?
easy. Yeah, there's
You
all
have to
kinds of little
share that
tricks.
one with
Yeah.
us, share that one.
Dude, you're about to be big time.
I
I'm
know.
trying, dude. Like I have a
Oh,
professional podcast with Sabretooth now. I'm running a whole podcast just for them.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
We'll
get
be
it.
on that
Yeah.
one again. You know,
Yeah.
we'll be on that one.
Start power carving. You guys come on. But yeah, no, it's a little like a show. I'm on there. I was on their newsletter last week. Like I got
Oh
giddy.
my
My
gosh, it's
face was in their
official.
newsletter. I'm on their website. I'm on their YouTube page, and I'm everywhere. Yeah, yeah.
That is
It's
awesome.
Just
yeah.
don't forget,
This
people like me and Justin. We can make it big time.
All they
Don't
got to
forget
do
us
is
little
it's a
people.
3-month trial that I'm doing with them for Sabretooth. And then after the 3 months, then they if they like it and they're getting results and they're seeing the community, they're gonna up their purchase. And that's why I gave my work a 3 months notice. Because even if they
Dang.
don't go through with it, I'm still gonna quit. But I want that cushion until it becomes
yeah.
a real
Official.
job.
Yeah.
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 Officially
Legitimize
official.
Again, I have 2 kids and a husband and a house to pay for and a new laser
Yeah.
I just bought. So
Oh my gosh. It's a lot.
it's a lot that I that that I pay for.
So Justin, between you, I've been wondering this while we've been chatting just
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So actually, really, I think I've been wondering it since it was like the Makers collab. So this has been a long wonder. Between you and your brother, like who started first? Did you guys like both start at the same time? Is he like as into it? Because I know Tiff and I were chatting
Woodworking?
earlier. Yeah, with woodworking. Yeah, because Tiff and I were chatting earlier and we were like, I feel like we know Justin, but I feel like we don't really know his brother as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so Ryan actually started, not counting Mobile One, the car audio place.
Oh, he worked there too?
Oh, no
No,
way.
he did
okay.
not.
I was like,
Oh, okay.
"Whoa,
I mean,
that's
like,
been fun."
me and him, like, outside of that, like, me and him were always like real like hands-on growing up. Like, we built our own clubhouses and stuff like that.
Oh,
back
okay.
and forth, you know what I'm
Alright.
saying?
Yeah.
But in terms of like woodworking, he started before the pandemic actually hit. Like, I don't know, maybe August,
Oh, wow.
June or August. But he got tools like long before that as well. Like he got a table saw from here and
Like
there.
just some like
Did he,
home
like, buy a
renovation
house?
he
kind of-
definitely
Yeah, I was
did.
gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah.
That he had that spark in him before I did, and then with him getting into it, and then like COVID happened, and we started like remodeling the house like crazy, and
Like everybody did. I feel
I
like
segued, yeah, dude.
Drake
Yeah.
called that out too.
Home
She was
Depot
like,
was
"See?"
lit.
Yeah.
Like that was the spot,
yeah. I wish I put some stock in Home Depot pre-COVID. You know what I
right?
mean?
Goodness.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that segued, and then that segued into woodworking, and
Yeah.
but yeah, as far as like Ryan, like y'all feel like you don't know much about him. I'm not going to speak for the guy, but you know he is a little bit more on the reserved side of human than I am.
Of human.
Not saying he's a reserved human.
Not a club DJ then.
Not a club DJ.
Yeah.
Got it. That's
I
cool,
love it
though.
when like siblings have such different personalities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I always love that.
Yeah,
My
but the
kids
fact
are
that-
polar opposites.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's cool that you guys like even thought about doing like the Makers collab together. Like that was like I think that was like a really cool.
Yeah, we kicked it around. Like, should we? Obviously, it's like okay, he lives about an hour and a half away from me.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's not like we'll be over at each other's house every weekend, but if we
Right.
really need to get together, we can. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Unlike
Right.
unlike a lot of the teams.
Yeah,
But
you weren't like sending it halfway across.
Yeah. I
the
sent mine to
US.
Utah. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, was that an advantage? Absolutely. And then outside of that, it was just like, I don't know. We each know each other's strengths and this and that, and we get along. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
just
It's
natural.
nice.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
you
do it.
guys have good communication.
But we did kick it back and forth, like on this second one that we pulled out of. We did kick it back and forth on like, hey, dude, you want to compete against each other? You know, like
Yeah.
partner,
Yeah.
I get a partner and like really
Yeah.
do this thing or what?
Right.
You guys made the most epic thing though. Like Dre was saying, she
know.
was such a Home Alone fan, and to see that like
Yes.
come to life, and then in a giant size too,
Yeah.
like so fun.
Yeah. How long did that take to make the whole thing?
So we didn't really start until, and I don't know, because like this year when we signed up for when the competition started, and we didn't pull out till I guess halfway. But like month in, we really didn't have anything done. And like same thing with last year, month in, we had nothing done. And we're like, holy crap, like 1/3 of this is over. We need to hurry.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, Ryan was like working to get his PhD last year.
Wow.
So like he was super
Yeah.
busy with that.
Swamped.
constantly.
Yeah.
So I did like a good bit. Not to say he didn't do anything. He did a lot as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think
You took on the brunt of it, which is nice.
I took
You know
on the
what I
brunt,
mean?
yeah.
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 I'm sure he appreciated it too, because I'm sure
oh yeah, absolutely.
like for me, if it's me and somebody else, like as much as I want to put all this effort into things, if stuff in life happens, it's
Yeah.
like you can have all of the want, but to
That's
not have the
priority.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't. I don't remember. I think like all in all, it probably took like a month to build. I know I started like at the 2-month mark, but there was a lot of like pauses in between there and stuff. And that wasn't like I say a month to build. I don't know. It was a lot of like doing this. All right, I'll do this tonight. I'll add this cog wheel tonight.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Well, you did color veneers too in it, didn't you? And stuff.
We did
The
Baltic birch.
Baltic
ply.
birch. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was honestly like I thought that was really really cool. The fact that you guys didn't just go with like just a regular old piece of
Looking the
wood.
same.
Yeah, like the fact that you had like a pattern a pattern to it. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was really creative for sure.
No, I always love like huge fan of skate wood and pattern plywood and just plywood furniture. Like I think it's dope as can be.
Yeah, it's impressive for sure.
But no, the I don't know if y'all saw the post where we said what we were gonna make for this maker collab that we pulled out of.
No, what was it?
What were
I know
you-
innovation was the rule.
Yeah,
right?
so when we were kids, we had a little Nickelodeon clock. It's not glued down. I would show it to you. But it's called the Time Blaster.
The Time Blaster.
So we had this thing. We said, dude, what if we made a piece of furniture out of this, and like we make it, we put a turntable in it. We have like a real nice modern style like
Awesome.
record player piece of
Yeah.
furniture.
Yeah.
Because it's a form of innovation. This thing.
Oh my god.
my God, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's-
Yes. Yeah, I remember those.
So yeah, we were gonna make like a big old credenza.
That would have been
with the
crazy
speaker and,
looking.
like all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Have like some crazy Nickelodeon goo everywhere.
my
Sounds
God,
like
that
it would
would
be like
be-
a little sweet DJ booth for kids parties. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I did think about like, hey,
Right?
we don't do a credenza and we make this into a DJ booth. That's sick. I want to keep that in my
It would be
room.
sick. No, it would. You bust it
That
out
is
for
so
family
cool.
parties and shit. Like, let's
Yeah,
go.
why not? Oh man.
I feel like
Yeah.
it
I
has
feel
to
like
get
you
made
should
for
still
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you should still follow through with it.
We're still gonna make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because that's
I just-
too good
we-
of an idea to not
just not
execute.
right now.
Yeah.
It will come. We already like designed the whole thing on CAD and everything. So
I feel
That's
like
awesome.
right now it's really hard to add any more in life because life is opening back up and it is getting crazier. Like the first 2 maker collabs were feasible that I could kind of fit them into my life. Now it's like, no, like
yeah.
not even a little bit. Like
Oh.
kids are like going to karate and now they're starting soccer tomorrow. It's insane.
Yeah. No.
No.
Nope. I mm-mm, mm-mm.
A big part of it on my end was DJing. Like since since COVID, didn't DJ whole COVID, and then
Right.
really like this year is when DJing started picking back up.
Oh,
Like
sure.
Mardi Gras, really.
Kicked it off.
Mardi Gras kicked it off, yeah. And since then,
That's
it's
awesome.
slammed every weekend.
So
Yeah,
you're
I
crazy
believe
busy
it.
at the day job. You're crazy busy at night.
Yeah, bro, and I got to spend time with my family,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I gotta,
When do you
then I
sleep?
gotta sleep, bro.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, when does that happen?
So I used to like DJ one night and then sleep like all day till like 3 p.m. and totally mess up my schedule. Now
Yeah.
I'll come home, get home at like say 5 a.m., sleep
Oof.
for 3-4 hours, wake up, do my day thing, and I'm back on. Like that night I sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
Unless I DJ that night, like this past Saturday, I took a little like 2-hour nap on the couch during
Wow.
the day. You know?
Wow. That's
You
crazy.
have to.
Gotta get this money, son.
Yeah,
I
no, you
know.
do. You do. You have to get it while it's coming.
The money doesn't
Especially-
sleep.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Neither-
gonna be like
neither
50
does
years
us.
old in the club, bruh.
I know, right? Listen, you never know. All right, never mind. There were wedding DJs.
They were in the
I was gonna say, I've
club.
known some like older. I
I'll be at
knew
the
a guy
weddings
who
then.
was he was like between I want to say he might have been like 50 or something, and it was just DJing weddings, and like what was really good was like one of the best DJs, So I feel like if you've
There's
got
life
that
after the clubs.
yeah. You could just be a wedding DJ and just play. You got a feeling.
Fill me up.
Plus, you're gonna have that.
baby.
Let me down. Yeah, you'd crush it for sure.
All about it.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah.
he would have like a wedding on a parade, and he'll be DJing down the street on a parade, like where you live. Like, you are so in the perfect area to constantly do entertainment, though. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's always
Yeah.
a party. This past
Yeah.
week was French Quarter Fest.
Cool.
That's
It was
awesome.
popping.
I would love to go to something like that. For
Well, come
sure.
on, bro.
I know. Listen,
Let's go.
I was down there. That's my only time I've ever gone to New Orleans
I've never
was
been.
after Hurricane Katrina. I actually went down there. We did National Relief Network just for a week with my
Trey's
school.
such a
We
good
had-
human.
I know. I just enjoyed it. I like being able to help people. That's why I'm a therapist.
All right. Well, on that notion, do you want to talk about anything else before I let you
I
go?
know.
Like, it's nice hanging out. First
How
of
do
all,
people find you? How do they, if they want you to buy, they want to buy something from you.
If they want to buy something from me, just hit me up on IG. Really, I don't have a website. I do have a Facebook, Torch Makes Things.
Cool.
IG, Torch Makes Things. I'm on TikTok now,
oh,
doing-
I could see you
Proud of
doing
you.
well on that.
doing some cool videos.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
dancing? You dancing in them?
A little something, you know.
Honestly, I
Hey.
could see TikTok being something really good for you.
It would be if I would like commit some more
Commit
time.
to it.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I feel like
it's a lot of time.
with what you're doing right now, with all the DJing and stuff, it fits more in your life.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to make a DJ one, and then you have to make a woodworking one.
There you go, bro.
Yep. That's
Make
what you
it
do.
just the making in general, making wood, making beats,
Yeah. Yeah.
making
Back-
your heart pound.
I was gonna say, he's getting there. He's getting there. I always love when you start throwing things out and they actually start making sense eventually. You're like, oh, wait, that kind of works. Hold on.
He's gonna drop the I Got a Feeling remix on his TikTok, guys. So all of you listening,
Stay tuned.
keep your eyes peeled to his TikTok. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Have a good night, guys.
I
See
know,
y'all.
Justin.
I had a
Thank
great
you.
time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good. I'm glad you did. Bye.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the episode. It was a lot of fun hanging out with Justin and Dre, and there is a 15-minute episode on Patreon right now if you want to go check that out if you are part of the team. If you want to join, it's patreon.com/makerconversations. A huge thank you to everybody who's been on the show already. It has been so fun, 7 episodes in, and I've had so many makers on this already, and next week's episode is going to be no different. So I originally planned it on just being myself, Justin, and Ricky, but they are beloved, and we got some really fun people to join us. So Morgan from Captain's Planks joined us, and we had Patrick and Carlina from Pine Bear and Pallet Works and Sawdust Gypsy come in at the end. So if you're ready for a ton of fun and an extra long Patreon special and episode as well, then next week you're gonna be really happy. If you're looking for something else to listen to, head on over to Carver Conversations. There are 3 episodes currently available. One where I hang out with the owner and general manager of Sabretooth. Then episode 2 is with Sadie from the Awesome Orange. And then episode 3, which was just released, is with Danny Kissel, who has won the Outrageous Pumpkin Carving Contest and a ton more. He travels around and does carvings across the country. So head on over there, check it out. It's something different. It's a solo show and it's a ton of fun.